I'll find
His
it.
head was upside down. So the top of his head was connected to his neck. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I seen
Oh,
it
wow.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's different.
Somebody said to me, "Why do you look at all that stuff?" I go, "Well, because I'm doing things with Leon Radio." They said, "No, you've always done it, Carol, way before radio."
Right. I believe that. I think you've been a little on the strange side dealing with the weirdness that people have, you know? I believe that. 424-227-9461 is our number to call to be a part of Open Mic Friday. Whatever you want to talk about, the mic is open to you. Just call in and we'll put you on. Simple as that. I mean, really, simple as that. It's easy. 424-227-9461. You're showing me a picture here, but let me see what you got here. Just passing me the iPad. Well, that's a interesting Indian clinic known for some of the world's other stuff is flying by so fast. I 72-year-old woman in India giving birth to a child. I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe it's medically possible. I don't know, but it sounds a little far-fetched to me. Sounds like it might be out there on the edge. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. But we'll see. You know, I see. For me to believe something like that, I want to see it happen. I want to see the birth, the baby coming out of the birth canal of a 72-year-old woman.
You want to see it come out of the woman's vagina. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah. Then you know it really happened. But just because she's sitting there holding the child in her arms, that's no real proof to me. You know, I'm from Missouri. You got to show me. Do you believe it? Because you saw it on the internet?
Well, I've been seeing it for a couple of weeks now, where they've been talking about it, that it was going to happen.
Oh, they talked about it before it happened. Did they show pictures of her being pregnant? With the big belly?
No, actually, they haven't.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at a lot of things through India, like they'll show you a picture, child born as a mermaid. So you really don't know what's real.
I know. That one's a little far-fetched for me.
Boy, my ass was kicking me today.
Yeah, it seems to be. I'm sorry for that. Because being in that choking, coughing mode is not fun. Not fun. You got your inhaler and everything, right? You good? All right.
It could be the carpet.
You want me to take the carpet out?
If you could, I would appreciate that.
I can't do it right now, though, but we'll work on it.
Yeah, people don't realize until you have hardwood floors,
Yeah.
you'd be shocked what's on your floor every day.
Oh, no, I'm a true believer. I know exactly what you're saying.
So if people don't vacuum every day, it carries a lot of dust mites and that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like having hardwood floors, I sweep that floor, and it's not my cat hair because they get brushed every morning.
Hmm.
So it's a lot of dust in that. Because even if you go into an allergy clinic, they have floors that don't have carpet or nothing. You're not, and nobody's
Right.
to come in there with perfume on them because it's an allergy place. And
Yeah.
you'd be shocked how many people are allergic to perfumes. Like
Oh,
I
sure.
can't handle perfumes. Like if I go in a mall and some woman's reeking with it,
Yeah. Or you go through the cosmetic department and all the fragrances.
bothers me more if somebody's got it. Just some people put too much on,
Right.
and then it picks up a different smell.
Yeah. Is there a particular
Lancome,
Lancome?
Tresson, that one does a number to me.
Really? How
Real
about
heavy perfumes. It's too much.
how about male cologne? Men's
That
cologne?
doesn't seem to bother me,
Really?
unless he's got on something that is too strong.
Like Old Spice?
Do people wear that?
No.
No, actually, they're being sued. Remember the man, or he put deodorant or something under his arm, Old Spice, and he broke out in these horrible sores or something.
Well, you're not supposed to use it as a deodorant.
Why? You don't squirt it? People squirt perfume. If you watch your cologne, they squirt it in all different areas.
I've never put cologne in my armpits.
You've never sprayed it down below.
No, no. Maybe around the belly area, but not
Well,
around
that's down below.
Well, but I would never put cologne in my armpits.
Maybe it was their deodorant. I don't know. I just seen a big article on it.
Okay. Wow. 1 year ago, 53 Walmarts called the police 16,800 times. That's a lot. 53 Walmarts called the police 16,800 times. Boy, it must be some real serious stuff going down in Walmart.
Was that because people were shoplifting?
I'm not sure. I'm going to read through this. I just got this headline here.
Was that, remember there was those two women that got in a fist fight, and her son, I think it was Walmart, and her little boy walks up and kicks the woman in the head that's on the floor, and it's like,
Yeah, Walmart can, you can have a nice, that's like watching TV going into Walmart because there's some real characters that come in there. I was standing in line, this was a couple of years ago, and I think I was in Florida. So maybe 3 years ago, standing there, and it was late night, close to midnight, and this lady just started going off on people in line. And she was like second or third to be checked out, and she just went nuts. What are you looking at? Why are you looking at me? And her son was with her, and he had some kind of mental condition. And so he was not much help. He did try to calm her down, but she was just losing it. And the manager came over and said, "Ma'am, what can I do to help you? What's the problem?" "The problem is all these people looking at me." He says, "Well, how do you figure they're looking at you?" "Well, when I turn around, they're looking at me." And I said, "Okay, let me go to another line because this is not looking good."
well, maybe she was, what do you call those people?
Paranoid,
No,
schizophrenic.
schizo, because I had
Yeah.
a client that she was normal, and then all of a sudden she
Yeah.
started changing, and she came in one day, and I had my phone, and she said, "Who are you talking to?" And I looked at her like, "What? You're telling these people where I'm at?" And I said, "What are you talking about?"
Wow.
She said, "You have them following me." And I'm like, "What the heck is going on?"
Wow.
And that's what happened to her, because about, I think it was a month later, I got a call, and she was at a hotel, and I felt so bad for her. They were telling me that she had told them to call me. She had all the windows blocked and that, but they were going to make her leave because she didn't have money to pay it. So I paid her hotel for like a month. But
Well,
then
that's
after
good.
that, I never seen her again because
Yeah.
I couldn't do that every month. But
Yeah,
it's
that's a-
sad
that's
because
a
it's
heavy
a
bill.
disease that gets
Sure,
in there, and there's
sure.
nothing you can do. So maybe that's what was wrong with her, because
Yeah.
they imagine things.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, at this 53 different Walmarts, they got so many calls that the police had to end up almost staying there all the time. And they're saying the problems were everything from violence to shoplifting and just rowdy customers. So if you want to get your show on, go to Walmart's and you'll probably see something wild and crazy. I don't know why certain places attract that clientele. I don't know. Here's another story. It said, man tried to rescue a friend at a waterfall, and they both died. That's a real hero there.
Was that the one out here with the two young kids last week?
Now, this is a waterfall in North Carolina. I didn't know
Oh.
they had waterfalls. Well, they do have mountains there in the western part of the state. Fell 150 feet to their death. Wow. That's a real friend there, man. That's a real friend. They see you go over a waterfall and they go after you. That's a friend and a hero. Well, Poultry worker, people working around the chickens and all that, denied bathroom breaks and was forced to wear diapers. Now, I got to tell you, I would shit on the floor. And I bet you that would change everything. I'm not going to wear a damn diaper to keep
Why
my
won't
job.
they let them use the bathroom?
Because they're crazy. And this was
My mother
working
didn't make me
conditions.
wear a diaper when I was plucking those chickens.
She didn't?
No, but why do they make them wear diapers?
I know. That's
Is this
crazy.
in this country, though?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Right. Yeah. That's insane.
What state is that in?
Well, it doesn't say what state, but it did name Tyson Foods, Pilgrim's Pride, Purdue Farms, Sanderson Farms. So these are some major chicken producers where people are working under these conditions. Now, I bet these are probably, some of them are possibly illegal aliens, and so they're taking advantage of them.
That's kind of sad. It's like demoralizing them. That's terrible.
It is. It is. It is. I hate it. I hate when I see stories like this. It's so unfair and not appropriate, regardless of where you're from. And more importantly, they're hiring the people so they know what their condition is. So they're saying, okay, well, I'm going to hire this person because they're from another country, and I'm going to pay him low wages, and they're not going to say anything about it because they don't want to get deported. So as far as I'm concerned, that chicken producer is no better and twice as worse as anybody else. You're a criminal. You're taking advantage of people so that you can make more money, and that's not cool. I don't appreciate that. I really, really do not. So when people complain about people who are not American citizens, but you're quick, fast, and in a rush to hire them, how hypocritical is that? So, it's very upsetting. You can't take a bathroom break and you're forced to wear a diaper?
Well, I think that they should be reported for that.
Well, apparently, it's out in the public now. It's in the media, so maybe there will be an investigation on it. But those are just crazy. PETA, the animal rights group, they've spoken out on this topic, saying the workers are stripped of their dignity. Just like the slaughtered animals they are. They are animals. They're not treating people with dignity and respect as human beings. They're treating them worse than some people treat animals. And see, I love animals. I can't see anybody doing any harm, especially if you're going to call them a pet. This is my pet dog, or cat, or bird, or whatever. Snake, rabbit, turtle. It's your pet. You got to care for it. You got to love it. Protect it. And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't own a pet. Plain and simple. But that's just me. That's how I roll. Some people say, it's just a dog. But no, it isn't just a dog. It's your dog. And that dog expects you to take care of them. If you don't give them food, they can't eat. Unless you just let them run wild, go through the neighborhood, and guess what? They're probably not going to end up coming back home because somebody's going to turn the dog in.
Or the coyotes are going to eat
Or the
them.
coyotes will get them, especially here in California. In L.A., you got coyotes running around.
You got them up by you.
Yeah. Well, I'll take care of them. I'll sit up there and shoot them. I know you're not supposed to, but I will.
What are you going to shoot him with?
Can't tell you.
A BB
I take
gun?
the fifth. I take the fifth. I don't own a pistol or gun. Not that I'm anti. It's just I live the way I live so I don't have to. And by not putting myself in certain environments, I feel I don't need it. So that's how I roll. I don't go into questionable areas. And I know it's impossible for you to think that, just because you go in certain neighborhoods, you're not going to run into issues because there are crazy people everywhere. And things do pop off, even in the best places where you think you're supposed to be safe. But, it happens. It definitely happens. So, 424-227-9461 is the number to call. This is the Lee Michaels Show. And we are offering you an open mic. Just call that number, 424-227-9461. And I will put you on the air immediately. We're going to take a quick break, come back on the other side, and I'm looking for your call, 424-227-9461. Be right back.
It's not your grandmother's talk radio, but she is welcome to listen. ThePowerOfVoices.com.
Just look down at your phone. You did it again, didn't you? You're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Every hiring manager knows that a company is only as good as the people it's made from. So where do you find the best people? That may surprise you.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
This is talent worth knowing about.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Hey, America, we need to have a little talk. We've got more food than we know what to do with in this country. Yet 17 million kids in America are struggling with hunger. Makes no sense. Luckily, the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks has volunteers gathering excess food and getting it to hungry kids. They're kind of like food angels. Hey, become a food angel yourself by supporting Feeding America in your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. We can't do it without your help. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Radio is supposed to be for everyone. Isn't it time your concerns were heard? Join the movement at thepowerofvoices.com.
Welcome back to the show. It's the Lee Michaels Show with Lee Michaels and Carol. Carol's a little under the weather today, so, I don't know. I think maybe she needs a drink. Would that help, Carol? Yeah, a little alcohol.
No, I don't drink at all.
No? Okay, me either.
I'd be in here scalping you.
Well, you will get no alcohol around
Well,
me, okay?
liquor really doesn't agree to some people. It's like a
Right.
chemical imbalance.
Right.
Because I remember the only time I ever drank it was slow gin. And
Slow
I remember
gin.
this, I was with this boy, and it made me so angry and mean. I remember fighting him.
Really?
And then I remember going home. My
You got
mother
violent?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I don't drink.
Well, that's a good reason not
And I
to.
remember my mother took me to the doctor because she thought I was throwing up blood.
Hmm.
Boy, did I get in trouble when she found out it
I
wasn't
bet
blood.
you did. Yeah. Was your mother real strict?
Yeah, I never cussed. That
No.
might be why I do it now. And I respected her. I went anyway.
Yeah.
And I never talked at our dinner table because she'd possibly throw a fork at you.
Really?
Or
Mom
hit
was
you with
heavy-handed, huh?
Or hit you with the broom. Well, there was
Mama
14
didn't play.
of us.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's a tough one. You got 14
Hey,
people
look,
sitting
I'm
at the table?
alive. I'm healthy. So
Yeah. No, you made it through.
I'm not somebody that's going to complain that my mother would tear you up if you did things she didn't like. Because
Right.
it sure didn't kill me. And sometimes it makes you a better person unless you get carried away with it.
That's true.
But I've never really spanked. I did my older kids, but the younger one, I never really spanked him. And
No?
it was easier to punish him, like especially now because of the phones.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the phone.
Yeah.
Or there's things you can take from them, like their computer.
That's true.
Because they're in that type of world.
That is true.
You're not going in Facebook. You're not doing Snapchat.
Yeah. There's always something that you can use for leverage to get your children to obey.
Oh, and don't dare take the car keys.
Well, see, that was the one that I used a lot. No privileges for the weekend or for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You're grounded. No phone calls, no parties, no nothing. You're gonna have to stay home and look at me. I remember one time with my daughter, I told her, I said, "You're not going out of the house until you're 43." She said, "What?" I said, "That's right. You're going to be an old ass woman before I let you out of the house." She said, "Dad, that's not fair. That's not fair." I'll have to get her on the air. She listens from time to time. She's at work this time of the day, though. Well, actually, she's off today, so maybe I'll call her. And she hates being on the air. But I think I'm going to do that because I feel mischievous today. I feel like ruffle her feathers a little bit. My phone. That's what we're going to do. We're going to call Sarah, my daughter. She's going to get her hair raised. Dad, I'm busy. I can't talk to you right now. Watch. I know her. Let's see here. You got somebody you want to call today?
Oh, no. My friends would be furious.
Oh, really? No sense of humor, huh?
Well, they wouldn't like that.
Oh, please. They'll get over it. It's a prank call,
I have a friend, but I wouldn't want her to get upset because she listens all the time.
Mm-hmm. 424-227-9461 is the number to call if you want to be a part of the show. Come on in. Don't be scared. All right, we're going to call Sarah.
Let's pretend we're calling that she's won something. She'll really kill you.
She's too smart for that one. Plus, she knows my voice too well. I don't think I could fake it.
Did you ever do that, though, when you're playing on the phone?
Yeah, I've done that.
Or you send a bunch of pizzas to somebody's house.
You're right. Okay, here we go. She's probably not going to answer the phone.
Hello?
Hey, Sarah.
Yes.
You're live on the air.
Why?
Why not?
Dad, really?
Yeah, really.
What do you need?
I don't need anything.
What question do you have?
I just wanted to call and put you on the air because I know it makes you nervous.
Oh, thanks. Great. Yes, it definitely does.
What are you doing?
Just walking in the house.
Yeah? You're off today, right?
I am.
Yeah? What do you got on your plans here? What's going on? I want to know.
I'm installing a thermostat.
Ah, you see how smart my daughter is? You can install a thermostat. You're pretty handy, aren't you?
I believe I am.
Just like your daddy, right?
Like my mom.
Hey. Bad answer.
Hey, you walked right into that one.
Now you're a damn comedian.
Hey, I got that from my dad.
Now, you remember one time you had done something wrong? I don't remember what it was. You used to do so much shit. But
That's not true.
I told you you were going to be grounded till you were like 43.
No, definitely don't remember that. That
Yeah, you
definitely was never the case.
I said, you're never going out. You're going to be in the house forever. You'll be 43 before you get out of here.
See, but that's when you're like, okay, yeah, those are just words.
And that's what you said, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you didn't
Because
take...
I'm not grounded and I'm not 43.
Well, you kind of redeemed yourself at some point in time.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah. We were having Carol and I were having a discussion yesterday about children and parenting. And she took the position that you got to be the friend. And I said, well, I'm friends, but I'm going to be dad first.
You're a parent first.
Yeah. And so, we were having this discussion.
I said you had to be both.
No, you said
no.
You were
Anybody
being
that
soft.
heard me yesterday said you had to be both.
Oh, you're gonna make me play it back. Oh,
you
don't
could play
make
it
me
back.
play it
Plus,
back.
also, he said you could put a thing on a phone, and if the kid, I said, well, pretend I'm the kid, and you want to know why I didn't pick up the phone, and my first answer was I was in the bathroom. The next one was,
and I said I
my
called
phone
back. I
wasn't
called 3
charged.
times, and you didn't answer the phone.
But my phone wasn't charged.
And see, I'm not buying that one.
But see, I know kids.
No, that's not an acceptable excuse.
No.
Because
No,
how I
it's
look
not.
at it
But they're going to tell you that.
Oh, they're gonna tell you that, but you can't let them get away with it.
Here's the problem with that. So I have a rule. I have a 15-year-old daughter.
Has she given you those excuses? So that's what I want to hear.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Has she ever told you that when you're trying to call her, the
Oh,
phone
she
wasn't
has.
charged?
And-
Well, that's what
and-
I was trying to say to him, that they're going to tell you that.
And I gave him my response to it.
But it's been one time. And
Right.
so it'll never happen again.
That's
because
right.
How I look at it as I pay the bill. Okay, so the phone is not for your primary use, how you want to use it. It's for me to be able to get in touch with you and for you to be able to get in touch with me. So if we're not using it for those purposes, there's no reason for you to have a phone.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not able to have a phone, you don't have a way to communicate, then you don't need to leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
So bottom line is, if you're at 20% and you want to get online and do whatever social media, Snapchat, Instagram, FaceTime, Twitter, whatever the case may be, you better save that 20% for if my mom needs to get a hold of me.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
That's right.
Or you don't need the phone. Or you don't
That's
need to
right.
leave the house.
Oh, I totally agree with you, but some of the things he was saying, no. I was telling him what kids will do and what they'll say. I mean, mine
No, they will
and my
do
friends.
whatever you allow them to get
I
away
shut
with.
their phone off, is what I do. They don't
Well,
have a phone.
that may be part of the punishment or the consequences. You take the phone from them, turn it off, or suspend the services, and you can do all of that. If it
I
gets to
don't
that point.
suspend it. What I do is I pretend it's lost, because if you suspend it, then they're going to charge you to put it back on.
Yeah.
So I just call the phone company and I say, I've lost this phone. So they shut it off temporarily.
Right.
And that way you're not going to pay any money to turn it back on. They give you
Oh.
time to look for it.
Okay. Well, that's smart, I guess. You can do that.
Well, it is, because they want to charge you for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've had to recently locate Michaela because and like I said, that was the first and only time, and she knows I'm dead serious because she went weeks without a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they almost die
wasn't
when you
answering
do
her
that.
phone. She wasn't answering her phone. She wouldn't tell me where she was.
Mm.
So.
Oh, no, she didn't go
came
there,
home.
did she?
Oh yeah, she done lost her mind for just a quite brief moment. So.
Really?
Yes, just a brief moment. So I told her that when she got home, since she has this lovely iPhone, Verizon, because that's who we have,
Mm-hmm.
they can disable that on their end. But if you do Find My iPhone, they cannot operate their phone without it being logged into Apple ID.
Right.
So
Okay.
I can locate her just like that and not have to pay any additional fees to be able to do so. She saw that day. I play no games.
See, with my daughter, with her daughter, she has to give her every password.
Oh, yeah.
Just so she knows what's going on in there. Every password.
Yep.
But I always found taking their phone and shutting it down, I mean, that's like you've cut their arm off.
Mm-hmm.
And that, but I do firmly believe I'm a parent, but I'm also a friend. I want my kids to feel you can always come to me. I don't want them to have to lie. I mean, because when you do and you make them feel they can't tell you the truth, there can be things that happen that you could have stopped. Like all these
Yeah.
kids right now, look at how many children, young women have killed their babies lately. Why?
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a reason. Were they scared to tell their parent? So sometimes you do have to meet them and that, but sometimes your dad misunderstands me.
No.
Yes.
No, I totally
yes.
understand.
No, I mean, I get being a friend, and I am a friend to my kids, but I'm a parent before I'm a friend.
Oh,
So,
I'm the
Right.
same way. I'm very much a parent.
No, Sarah has a great relationship with the girls, and but you tell Michaela Poppy's on his way because we're gonna have to talk.
Oh, yeah. She
Yeah.
was supposed to go to brunch with a friend and come straight home.
Right.
She had homework she needed to do before the weekend was over. This is on a Sunday. So she went to brunch, and she was supposed to come straight home. They didn't come straight home.
Mm.
I'm calling her. She's not answering her phone. Calling her. She's not answering her phone. Call her friend's phone. She's not answering her phone. I called the mom, and the mom's phone is going straight to voicemail. So I sent her a message, and I told her, if you're not home within 20 minutes, which is from where she's supposed to be to the time from our house, that's about how long it would take to get there, you're in serious trouble.
Now, was she
Well, then the
driving?
phone, no, but
Okay.
the friend's mom was.
Right.
So I told her. So then I get a text message.
Mm-hmm.
We went over to Gabby's uncle's house.
Right.
Okay. Well, that wasn't what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to come straight home. But when the plans change, because I get when you're with someone else's parent,
That's
things come
right.
up. Okay. But when the plan changes, you pick up the phone and you communicate. And you didn't. You just did whatever you wanted to do, knowing that the conditions were before you even left the house that you were supposed to come straight home.
That's right.
So there was some barbecue cookout fundraiser event for somebody's uncle with people that I don't care for her to be around. I told her she's not to be around them anymore. Well, she wasn't going to tell me
Mm-hmm.
that such and such is going on. Can I go? Because the answer would be no. So instead of asking, she was just going to do what she wanted to do.
Right.
And that's what she ended up doing. But she avoided taking my phone call because she was outside and there was music playing. So
Yeah.
obviously you're not at a restaurant.
That's right.
You're out somewhere. So she did the whole, I'm going to text you up until the point where we get in the car and we're on our way back home. She took a
Exactly.
major L for losing that one because she went weeks without a phone.
That's right. That's what you got to do.
See, that happened with me once with one of mine. I never let her go with people unless I knew. And this mother, I guess sometimes moms will lie for kids. And she picked her up. And I told her, call me every hour, which she did. But all of a sudden around 3 o'clock, I didn't hear from her.
Mm-hmm.
I got in my car. I went and looked for her, and I knew right where the people lived. And this mother, come playing this game with me. And I was furious because he didn't quite understand me. I was very strict with my kids, and it was kind of sad, because sometimes they'll go with the wrong person, and the mother's really not there, and they'll put something in somebody. They'll do anything. They'll put it in a soda pop, and I
Yeah.
think sometimes they learn the hard way.
Ooh, where is
kids.
she from? She said soda pop.
I'm from Montana.
Oh, okay.
Why, what do you guys
Who
say?
was it, the West Coast?
What do you say?
Oh, I say pop, but that's a,
And I say soda pop.
yeah.
But I understand
say
where you're
so-
coming from, but you said something similar to what I was trying to tell him. They'll have excuses. They'll
Oh,
say,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that's when he didn't bother to ask me, what do I do after? I take your phone. And I know sometimes they're smart. They'll go get one of those prepaid phones.
Uh-huh.
But I've you know all the tricks because I've been there.
Yep.
And I tell my kids that. Everything you're doing, I've done. So to stop you from having to do this, you might as well listen to what I'm going to tell you.
That's right.
And I have they do very well, all my kids.
Well, that's good.
Being strict.
You got to. And I think that the kids not
And don't
only
dare bully my kids when they were growing up. That's the worst thing you could have done.
yeah.
I don't play with bullies when it comes to my children.
I think kids expect to be disciplined, and they want to know that you care for them in that way. And we have to protect them. That's our jobs.
But when you steer away from that, there's no getting that back.
Exactly.
Because then they're looking at you like, what's wrong with you? I mean, what happened to you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, you need to set boundaries and stay at those boundaries, because the second you deviate from that, now you're in the wrong.
That's
Or
right.
you go out and they didn't come in when you told them to, and they're in the neighborhood.
Yep.
And you go out and you holler at the top of your lungs for them. They're so embarrassed when you do that. Why'd you have to? I go, because you didn't come in when you're supposed
That's
to.
right. That's right.
And they come in, well, you embarrassed me. All our friends heard you.
Well,
I go, oh, well.
Then do the right thing. Don't put yourself in a position to be embarrassed, because I will. I'll do it. I'll do it every time. So anyway, okay, so what's happening this weekend with the girls? You're out doing what? Another track meet?
Yeah, they have a track meet every Saturday.
Oh, they run track?
Yeah, both of them.
That's great.
Was
I
it-
used to run track.
7-year-old and 15, right?
Oh, Kennedy will be 8 next week.
Yeah, that's right. Wow. Wow. Time is slipping away. So now tell the people what Michaela and Kennedy are running.
Well, both of them are 800 runners, 400 runners. Kennedy has ran the 1500 in the past, but she would like not to run that anymore. So she's killing the 800 this year. 400, she's strong, but not at a point where she's going to come in like the top 3. She'll probably come top 5 out of our region when we go to qualify. But
Okay.
Michaela is coming back from an injury, so she's had a little bit tougher of a season this year. But normally she's a 800, 400, 4x4 competitor, and has competed for the last 8 years on the national level.
Yep.
And medaled
Junior
every year.
Olympics. Right.
Yep.
That's
So-
my little speed demon.
Yep.
I tell everybody she's the fastest person in the state of Texas.
Remember
For
that
her
track
age
meet we
group.
went to?
Yeah, well, I leave that out. That's not important.
We went to a track meet, and this girl would have, remember the one that just came out of nowhere?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She was good. So,
Yep.
well, that's good. Well, as long as they stay healthy and have fun, and both of them are doing very well in school, and I'm very proud of that. I brag about it all the time. Tell them I really appreciate them giving me bragging rights as a grandfather. And I wear it out. I wear it out.
I
Definitely.
think grandparents are allowed to do that.
Absolutely.
Parents can do that within limits.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true. All right. Well, I won't hold you up. I know you got a busy day and always doing
I gotta
something.
go install this thermostat so we're not sitting in this house at 98 degrees.
How do you
How do you know it's a
install it?
thermostat?
I'm sorry?
How do you know how to install it?
Because I'm her dad.
Well, I tell you what, YouTube is a very powerful tool.
You know it is, because I tell people that anything you want to learn, go to YouTube. So
Yep.
you're following what they're telling you on YouTube.
Yeah, but basically, I looked at it. I'm not a real reading instructions type person. I'm more of a visual. I think I can figure it out. So
That's
I did
my
a pretty
girl.
good job the first time. However, they kind of threw me for a loop because there was a yellow wire, a white wire, a red wire, and a blue wire.
Mm-hmm.
But the blue wire apparently can be the green wire, which is
Right.
the grounder wire, and I
Exactly.
wasn't putting that in the right spot.
Ah.
So
So,
I had to go to YouTube.
okay. So how do you know it's the thermostat and not something else? What kind of troubleshooting did you do?
No, we're just installing a brand new thermostat. We're going to a smart thermostat.
Ah, okay. So there's nothing wrong with the system. You just needed to. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. All right. Well, listen, have a good day, and I'll talk to you over the weekend. Give the girls a hug for me. Love you.
All right. Sounds good. Love you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's my baby girl, as I call her. I think she's about 50 or 60 years old now. I forget. see Carol. Carol. What are you doing over there?
She sounds really young.
Yeah, she'll be 35 this year.
You weren't supposed to do that to her. Remember you said that. She didn't want you telling her age over.
She's off the phone. I can do what I want to do.
Yeah, I know what she means because I had a new thermostat, and you go out and buy them, and they are easier to connect.
Yeah, they're not difficult. And then the
But
color
she's
coding.
right. You can go on YouTube. I just told somebody that's something they wanted to do, and I said, go on YouTube and just ask it. There'll be somebody there that can tell you what to do.
That's true. One of the last times I visited my daughter down in Texas, they were having a problem with the dryer. And it was making a lot of noise when it was turning, like a rubbing noise. So I had never fixed a dryer before, but I went on YouTube. And I looked up the model. Well, first I looked up the model number and called around to a couple places, and they were talking, $300-$400 to repair it. I'm going, are you crazy? So I went on YouTube and I found the exact model, the same problem, and the guy walked it through step by step of how to fix it. So I found a place I could buy the parts from at a good price. So for less than $60, I fixed the dryer for her. And it sounds quiet as a mouse.
Was that at Josefa's?
No, my daughter in Texas. So that's you can find the answers to just about anything on YouTube. Now, some of the examples that you run into are better than others, and you got to look out for the exact model of the appliance or whatever it is you're dealing with, because if not, it may be a little different. Just like she experienced the difference in the color of the wires. So the
that's
manufacturers.
great that you're really good at that.
Oh yeah. I enjoy doing stuff like that. I've always been handy.
Do you know how to fix holes in the wall?
Sure. Drywall?
When are you available?
Well, for $75 an hour, I'm available now. We can cut the mic off
in the wall, and it needs. Somebody told me I can buy this patch where it has netting.
Yeah. How big is a hole?
About the size of this.
Foot by foot?
Yeah.
12 inches by 12 inches? Yeah, well, you can do the netting thing, but what I recommend is to maybe make the hole a little bit bigger and cut a piece of drywall and nail it to the studs and then patch it all around like that and sand it down. Yeah, well, I've done it many times. Yep. So what happened? What caused the hole? You got wild and kicked a hole in the wall?
I don't know. Somebody put it there.
Yeah, somebody. You don't know who.
No, I don't
the
sleep
cats
up there.
did.
No, my cats wouldn't do that. I have very well-behaved cats.
That's what I hear.
Well, one of them the other day got in trouble because he was climbing up the screen, and it's like, oh, no. You are not climbing up my screen.
Yeah, they like to climb. Let's see, what time is it? It's about 11:06 Pacific time. 424-227-9461 is our number to call. If you would like to chime in, there's a number right there on the screen. 424-227-9461. We are streaming live via YouTube today. And I've posted it on about 6 or 7 different Facebook pages that I manage. Did you post it on yours? No.
I put it on mine
You
today.
did? Okay, cool.
What kind of camera is that you got right there? Is that new?
No, that's the one that was sitting over here.
Oh.
I just never really hooked it up.
It was just sitting there?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one that there's a gentleman around 5 o'clock? I watch him.
Mm-hmm. No, we actually were using the iPad and phones for that. But when he comes in today, that will be pointing at him like it is
He's rather
now.
interesting.
Oh, yeah. He's a live wire, isn't he?
Yeah,
We're
like
talking
him.
about Jesse T at 5 o'clock Pacific time. He started Monday here on the Power of Voices. And every day he comes in with a very exciting and energetic show. It's got more energy than the Ever-Ready Bunny. So you want to check him out. All right, we're going to take a quick break here, come back on the other side, and we'll do some more Open Mic Friday. But I want to hear from you, 424-227-9461. This is the Lee Michaels Show.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You've messed up your daughter's haircut. Do you A, get spiritual?
Mom, where's the mirror?
Beauty is within. Oh.
B, find the positives?
Less time blow drying, more time texting?
Or C, show empathy?
Mom, you really don't have to.
Twinsies!
I kinda love it. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
I'm a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs.
Wi-Fi everywhere.
More playgrounds. Oh, more ice cream trucks.
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan. We were able to get in touch with each other in no time. The whole experience was fine. If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You having fun yet? ThePowerOfVoices.com.
You'll always be pretty because you know how to love.
That's Life Jennings and Pretty Girl. And I love you too. Thank you guys so much for listening today. It is the Lee Michaels Show on thepowerofvoices.com. Thepowerofvoices.com. If you don't want to watch us on video, you can just listen to us from our website. It's just that simple. Go to thepowerofvoices.com. That way you don't have to look at me with all my gray hair and wrinkles in my forehead and this ugly butt shirt that I have on today. You don't think it's ugly?
No.
Well, I'm not trying to make a fashion statement, so...
At least you don't have tomato sauce on it.
Well, if it was, you wouldn't be able to tell because it's pretty close to tomato sauce in terms of color. But I'm still getting all the requests people want to see you. So I'm hoping that you will get over your camera fright soon, and I can at least point it to you every now and then. It doesn't have to be on you all the time. You know, I should have switched to that moment.
Isn't that, you know,
so
he
bad.
likes being on camera.
I don't. That's why I put the second camera in here so we can show you. It's not about me.
Not today.
Not today. But when? Give me a day and time.
When I'm not coughing. I don't want to be
that's
getting
every
up
day.
and everybody's... Well,
But
right now
they
my
won't see you
asthma's
get up because I'll
bothering.
turn the camera off when
That's
that happens.
not true, you guys.
It is true.
Let's talk about what's going on in the world.
I was sneezing and coughing a few minutes ago, and I took myself
Advisors are trying to
off.
get Clinton to possibly make Elizabeth. Is it Elizabeth Warren, VP?
No, we're not going to change the subject. That was a smart-ass move you just tried to make. But, yeah, I think Elizabeth Warren would be good.
You think
I don't have a problem with her.
How do you think the voting would be?
Not sure. I haven't really polled or seen any polls that in terms of her favorability. I think it's high. But as you know, my theory is if you don't bring in that 18 to 24 or 28 vote, you ain't going to win. So Hillary has to do a better job with the younger crowd or bring in a running mate that can. But
What
as
are
history,
the two Latin guys' names?
oh, the guy's out of Texas. I know who you're talking
See,
about.
a lot of people are for that, one of them.
Well, I think it would be a smart move to have a Latino as a VP because eventually we're going to have a Latina as a president. So you might as well get used to it. Why not? Why not?
What do you
Why
think
not
if
an
she
American
had Bernie
Indian?
Sanders?
Why not?
No, what if she decided Bernie Sanders?
That'd be fine with me. I like Bernie. I think he could bring something to the table that's needed. We need, like the Republicans, the Democrats need an overhaul internally as well. Status quo, the same old, career politicians. It's got to go. It's time for a change. And I think that's what people are saying. That's what the young people are feeling. And if we don't respect their wishes, how do we keep them engaged? Look, my old rusty ass, it don't matter what I think. Okay? It doesn't matter. I've lived the majority of my life already. I'm not going to live another 30, 40, 50 years unless I get that new narcotic they got that will help you live 1,000 years. I'm ready for that.
Who wants to live 1,000 years?
Well, if I'm healthy and my mind is okay and I can get a little action every now
if they
and then.
could freeze you, by then you'd be walking around ashes or something. I don't know.
I want to be the first
What
guy.
would you look like?
I don't care. If I'm healthy, I can walk around and talk a little shit and get laid once a year. I'm happy. If I'm 500 years old and all of those things can happen, then I'm good. Shit, I have nothing to say about that.
No, I feel bad for him. 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at those guys. I think they were an avalanche years ago.
Yeah.
And they found them recently.
Yeah.
And they were still in their form.
Right, because they were frozen.
Solid.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't that be eerie?
Yeah, that would be. But it just shows you the power of freeze.
Yeah, they were froze solid. I wonder what happened, though, when would they have broke apart, you think? Break like an ice cube or something?
Well, if something hit the ice block that they were in, yeah, because they're actually a part of that block of ice. So you have to thaw them out.
They never said after what really... Just curious.
Yeah. They were froze to death.
That would be creepy.
Yeah, it would be.
You
Can
know,
you
to
imagine?
be skiing and all of a sudden something happens. And
Yeah.
Here's
and then
these two frozen.
Yeah, you freeze to death. That's got to be a hell of a way to go.
Yeah, they were froze solid.
Yeah. So going back, Elizabeth Warren would not upset me. I like her. But then you have to, because I had conversation with friends about potential vice president candidates on the Democrat and Republican side. Some people seem to think that the world's not ready. Well, not the world, but the U.S. is not ready for a female president and vice president. To me, that doesn't bother me at all because I think they're credible, capable, and smart ladies that can do both jobs. And it just happened to be females. It wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't lose any sleep at night worrying about whether or not, they're going to make a good decision. Because, see, look, the reality is the president is no better than the people they surround themselves with, advisors. When they sit in that office and talk about various issues, the advisors have to come to them and give them advice and reasons why they feel or see things the way they see it. Then the president, like most executives, makes the ultimate call based on the facts. Now, if your advisors are jacked up and they're giving you some bovine for advice, then you're going to make some bad decisions. So, that being said, it really isn't a one-person job. It's a collective effort. And the president has to be smart enough to accept, listen, analyze, and implement a solution to the various problems that come about. So That's really it. Not a one-man band. It's a collective effort. And then once the president makes a decision to do something, and maybe that decision has to be presented to Congress, then Congress has a responsibility to vote on that or not. And in recent years, they have done a lot of not even bringing things to the floor, which is nothing but obstruction, pure obstruction.
I should have paid attention to the phone because somebody texted and said that we weren't on earlier.
Yeah, I fixed that problem. This is what they're seeing.
That's what they said. It just kept showing.
Yeah.
What is that, a target practice? Yeah, she said it was just showing the power of the voice.
Yeah.
So they didn't get to hear all our great first stuff.
Oh, they heard us. Yeah. And I just flipped it to the phone number, and you'll see it about 10 seconds later over on that screen. So I put that on the screen from time to time. It's about a 10 or 12-second delay, see?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah. This is a whole new system that I put in. Today's the first time we're using it. Then,
well, that's pretty good.
In 10 seconds from now, you're going to see on that monitor, you're going to see a microphone that says on air. And then it's going to rotate to the Power of Voices logo. See, watch. See? On the air. And then it rotates to that.
When did you do all that? Last night?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Last
think
night
he
and this
ever
morning.
sleeps.
I don't. Who needs to sleep? You know, at my age, you can't afford to sleep. You got to keep on trucking, making things happen. And I enjoy that. That's the creative side of me. You know, that's what makes me happy. You know? So that's what I do. I make shit happen. Make it do what it do. Because it's all about the future, the right now and the future. And I've always been on the cutting edge doing stuff that most people are not doing. And I'm going to keep on doing that because it's worked. It works for me. It works for others. 424-227-9461 is Open Mic Friday. We are live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time. And we are on the Power of Voices, where there are many other shows on here. It's not just the Lee Michaels Show. We have a great lineup of stuff here. So go to our website, thepowerofvoices.com, and you can see the various shows that we have to offer. And you can also have your own show. I've been trying to get Carol to have her own show because I think it should be called Carol, The Carol Gone Wild. What do you think?
I'm just ignoring him.
Why do you do that? Why do you ignore your boy? You're my partner. You know, you're not supposed to ignore me like that. You're supposed to say yes, no, or go to hell. You got 3 choices.
You know, it's funny. There's not a lot of news today.
Sure it is. You want me to bring up some?
Yeah, I can't see. All I seen was in 12 different countries, they did pictures of Trump.
Oh, I can imagine what that looks like.
That's why I was sitting over here laughing.
Okay, let's see here. What kind of breaking news is happening right now. Right now. Let's see what's going on. I like to look at the breaking news stuff, you know, stuff that's happening. And stuff is happening all the time. ISIS declares a state of emergency. That's a headline. ISIS attack on soccer club kills 14.
What do you mean, soccer club?
You know where you play soccer?
Yeah, but were they where they were?
Yeah, I guess.
They're
I'm just reading the
sick
headline.
people.
They are. They're not people. They're animals. They're barbarians. They're heathens. They have no respect for themselves and other lives. School gets no bathroom hall pass. I don't even want to dig into that one.
What do you mean they get no hallroom bath pass?
No bathroom hall pass. In other words, they won't let you go to the bathroom.
Well, if they have to go to the bathroom, they got to go. What are they going to sit there and
I'd tell you what, I'd piss on my desk and deal with the consequences later.
Well, I hope you wouldn't do other things in your pants.
I'm not going to put it in my pants. It's coming out. If I got to go, it's got to come out.
Well, Obama stepped in, I think, and stopped this in the bathrooms, where he's put a hold on that, where if somebody has become a girl in a school, then they should be able to use the female bathroom.
Well, the Obama administration issues guidelines on transgender access to school bathrooms. And that's not supposed to be playing. Shut up. I don't want to hear that. What drives me crazy are the commercials that play before what you want to hear.
Well, they're paying for that time, just like they do on TV now.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Sometimes you see more commercials than the TV show. You can't get throwbacks on Empire this year. Somebody told me because Netflix took the throwbacks or whatever it is. I haven't watched Empire, but every time I go in to try to see it, you can't get it this year.
Oh, and the replays?
Yeah, you can't get them. I can't get them.
I haven't watched it at all this year either.
I think the ratings went down, huh?
I don't know. I haven't paid any attention to them. I just really haven't had time to watch much at all. And so that one's gotten by me. Here's another headline. Trump has a woman problem. No shit. Are you kidding me? What a surprise.
What do they mean a woman problem?
Well, that's why I'm digging into it here now. That was the headline. That's the sucker line to draw you in to see what it is.
Well, the way he tells it, he doesn't have no problems.
Oh yeah, right. That's a lunatic in denial. Yeah, he's got all kind of problems, not just a woman problem. But you know what? There are people who are Trump supporters that are naive to what's really going on with this guy. They're believing in the hype and not dealing with the reality. 424-227-9461. 424-227-9461 is the line to call in on to be a part of the show. It's Open Mic Friday. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll deal with it. If it's not what we're talking about, that's okay. It is your chance to talk about whatever you want to talk about. 424-227-9461. It's Lee and Carol, the Lee Michaels Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time. We're also being heard on Facebook, several pages. On my Facebook page, Carol's Facebook page, The Power of Voices, U.S. Talk Network, USA Talk Network, World Talk Network. We're all over the place. You can listen to and watch on any type of media, whether it's cell phone, your notebook, notepads, iPads, diaper pads. I threw that one in there for you, Carol. I tell my daughter all the time, and look, if I get to the point where I can't go to the bathroom,
shoot you.
That's right. Take me out in the backyard, pull out that 45 and take me out.
I don't want to go through all that. I don't want my kids to have to change my Depends.
Right.
And I tell them that. And I also tell them when I die, just have them come and pick me up for science.
Pick you up for science?
Yeah, take my body and give it to them. Why go through all that expense?
Yeah, I thought about that, but I'm afraid they might reject and say, no, we don't want that one. Send it back. He's useless. Because I'm going to be 500 years old. So I don't know what organs you would be useful.
It doesn't matter. They'll use your head. Remember, I told you my friend said that.
Yeah.
They all get a head. And the head sits up on the, I guess they have some kind of thing that props it.
Yeah. Head holder.
And they work on it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to do a lot of stuff they do. So they can use my head.
But what is it? They're looking into the brain, so they're going to cut your skull
I don't
open.
know. All I know is she said they all had a head. And I go, could you imagine somebody walking in and they knew me before and there's my head?
Damn, Carol, what are you doing?
I mean, I'd rather they use something that's dead than taking some poor animal and doing the stuff they do.
Well, they had to do the animals first to make sure that the procedure is working, you know. So that's that's science. That's the way it works.
You know, it's funny. I go into news and I keep getting the same thing with that older lady with the baby, but you don't really get it all, what's going on.
I know. I'm not sure that I think it's a hoax.
I don't know. She's holding that baby.
That don't mean anything. What Carol is talking about, if you didn't hear us earlier, there's a lady in India that's 72 years old, allegedly gave birth to a baby. And this lady, she looks good. She doesn't look bad for 72. And her husband. And she's sitting there with this newborn in her arms. I contend that I can't go for it unless I saw that baby coming out of the birth canal.
Yeah, but maybe it came out, they did a cesarean.
Well, okay. I want to see the process.
Do you really want to see it come out of her birth canal?
Well, yeah, because that way I know it's real. I mean, that's like you could come on right now and say, I just gave birth, to a baby, and then you're holding a baby. It could be anybody's baby. But that's no real proof.
Well, I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Well, you're going to
I
hold
just can't
back?
imagine why somebody that age would want a baby. I
Well,
mean,
that too.
I can honestly tell you, I love babies, but I'm at a stage where I'll hold it,
Give
play
it back
with it
to the
for a
mom.
minute, but here's your baby.
Right. Well, look at it this
Because
way.
I babysat one day, and that baby just got into everything. And
Yeah.
I like to relax when I'm not working. And so I ran around behind it crawling, and it would pick up stuff and try to put it in its mouth. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is too much. Next day, the little girl called me, can you watch the baby? I said, no, not today.
Can't
Not
do it.
ever. I don't
I
mind
agree.
visiting with them, but I don't know if I could watch a baby anymore.
Just imagine you're 72 years old. You just gave birth to a child. In 10 years, you're going to be 82. The child's 10. So chances are, unless they live to be 120 in India, chances are you're not going to see much of that child's life. So you're going to leave this world, and this young person, and the husband's got to be probably the same age or older. So, I don't know.
Older, she probably has great grandkids.
Right. So they'll end up raising that child, which, I mean, it may not be a bad thing, but that child won't grow up knowing mom and dad very much longer. Chances are. Not wishing anything bad, if this story is real. Everything you see and read on the internet is not real. Now, what you're watching and listening to right now is real. Because I said so. And I wouldn't lie to you. I'll tell you the real deal, uncut, unfiltered. Well, that's Carol's part, unfiltered. But I won't put a cut on it. I'm going to tell you the real deal. That's a doorbell? Okay. Why are you whispering? Anyway, so that's one of those weird stories. I don't believe it. A 72-year-old lady in India giving birth to a child. Not that it's impossible, but more than likely, it's a hoax. That's my view on that. Let's see, what else we got going on here? Let's see, it was another story I want to bring to you today. I can't wait for the primary election here in California. Yeah, come on in here. How you doing? This is my. Oh, you're gonna give up your seat, huh? Come on, you're gonna have to go on the air now. This is a young lady that I worked with at Radio 1 back in the day. What was that, 2006, 2007, 2008? And that, now I'm going to put the camera on her. Oh, there she is. And just tell the world, we're live right now on the internet. And you're going to see yourself over here on the screen here. When you walk into my radio station, any and everything might happen. So don't be scared. So who are you? Don't get mic fright.
Oh boy, Lee, I'm gonna get you good.
Hey,
when I
that's what
told you I
happens.
was coming, you never said this. I'm Regina Knight. I have a company called Axe Management Group, and I represent actors and models.
And some of the people that you represent are?
Let's see, Kelvin Davis, actor,
Actor.
model.
Mm-hmm.
On the show, TV show Veep. I work with Eric Ramsey, and we just had a screening for his movie last night, Cannibal.
Excellent.
It's a modern day version of the Cain and Abel story.
Excellent. So
And
how you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited now that you're here.
I'm going to get you.
Yeah, and see, you can see yourself right there live. On about 6 or 7 different Facebook pages and YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I thought you said just come by and say hi.
Hey, hi. How are you? The element of surprise.
Yes.
You know me. She was my assistant, executive assistant at Radio 1 when I was the national program director for Radio 1 Syndication 1, the talk network. And without her, my job would have been far more difficult. She was excellent to work with.
And you taught me so much about the industry. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now I'm able to do what I do.
That's right. Well, good. If you picked up anything that helps you, then I'm happy for you. That's good. So you're living still in the D.C., Maryland area?
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
And are you moving to California soon?
I'm trying to. We shall see. We shall see. But also in the studio is the executive producer for the movie Cannibal.
Well, get on over here.
Come on, Miss Nicole Carter.
You see, at least you're not afraid like my co-host Carol, who doesn't like to be on camera.
No, I am. I'm just playing it off really well.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Just getting her social media thing on.
Yeah.
All right, come on. Step right up and tell us what's going on in your world. Bring the mic around to you there. You know, some ladies don't like to put headphones on because it might mess up their hair and stuff, you know. But
Can you hear me?
oh yeah, gotcha. So welcome to the Lee Michaels Show.
Hi there.
And your name?
I'm Nicole Carter. I
Nicole.
am the executive producer of Cannibal. We just screened last night.
Excellent.
Over at the Independent, downtown LA.
How did it go?
Well, we sold out. We had over 250 guests.
Great.
We had some great celebrities come through.
Excellent.
The movie itself is a Christian faith-based movie,
Mhm.
loosely based on the Bible story with Cain and Abel.
Excellent.
It's an excellent movie.
And who are some of the stars in it?
Well, we had Rhonda Mormon. She played Eve. Gary Sturgis. He was Adam. And then we had some new twins come up and coming actors. Melvin and Tenor, and also the Holmes brothers, or Ash brothers, Spencer and Antonio Holmes.
Excellent.
So we're pushing it, and we have our manager over here who's helping us get into the spotlight.
There you go.
Do what we're doing with Team Ramsey Entertainment.
Well, she can do it. Trust me when I tell
Absolutely.
you. She can make it do what it do.
Well, we're here today.
Yeah, that's right. See?
Didn't expect it. The director, Eric B. Ramsey, writer, producer, director. Excellent job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And we'll be in Alabama. We're going to screen in Alabama, right? And also in Maryland.
So
coming
is it
soon.
going to the theaters or is it going to DVD first?
Well, we
or
are
how's
working
it?
on distribution at this
Okay.
time. We are at the table.
Excellent.
So we'll have something really soon. So watch
Excellent.
social media for a hashtag Cainable. It's one word, CAINABEL.
Excellent.
Or you can Google Eric B. Ramsey, RAMSEY.
Well, I'll tell you what, once you have your distribution in place, either come back by or you can call in so that we can give an update as to your progress. And just know that you have a friend here on The Power of Voices, and we'll blow it up for you.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming by, and congratulations
Thank
and much success to all your endeavors.
Absolutely.
And
God bless.
Regina is on your team.
Oh, yeah.
So am I.
All right.
So am I. And all
I'm
my
going to use that.
cronies. Absolutely.
You got that on camera, right?
All my people got your back.
Thank you.
I'm all about people who are trying to do something innovative and creative, and especially young people. We were talking about some things earlier. You know, the things that I've done in my life and the contributions, whatever large or small that I've made, they were because there was a need. And we need to continue to support people like you that are trying to do things, and Regina. And so I'm totally committed to that.
Thank you.
Because if we don't help you, your future is bleak. And we can't have that.
Absolutely.
No.
Appreciate all the help we can get.
Well, you got it.
And we're here. We like to give help because what we want to do is we like to, help others as well.
Sure.
So the movies do exactly that.
Mhm.
You know, we bring to life issues. And there's another movie, Unspeakable Indiscretions, that Eric co-produced. I'm sorry, he produced and also he wrote and directed, and it's about child molestation. It's things we don't talk about in
That's
our
right.
community.
That's right.
And it's black male child molestation. It's the things we don't talk about. So
Right.
he took the veil off of that.
Excellent.
And he's a great writer, producer, director. The work is out there. So thank you for the platform.
No question. I mean, that's not a problem at all. Now, is this your first movie venture?
This is my first film.
Okay.
As I'm part of Team Ramsey.
Okay.
This is his fourth film.
All right.
My partner Eric. I'm on live production side, so I do a lot of this stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
But for video.
The fun stuff, right?
The fun stuff. The on the fly stuff.
There
right?
you go. I love that.
So yeah, but this has been a journey. It's great for us. Again, I can't say enough about Regina Knight. She's excellent.
She's a firecracker, isn't
She's
she?
a firecracker, but she keeps it moving.
Oh, no question. No question. 6 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock at night. She's on it.
Yeah. So
24/7.
That's right.
But you know what? You got to be that way in this business, especially in the entertainment business, because it's so fluid, changes constantly, and you never know the next email, text message, phone call, or introduction in terms of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you have to keep parlaying
Sure.
all of that together and keep it rolling.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I know it. Well,
You're
thanks
right.
again for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
All right.
Regina knows how to get in touch with me. She has the number next to the bed even.
Oh, that's good. Direct connect. We love him.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming by the Lee Michaels Show here on thepowerofvoices.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
424-227-9461 is the number to call. And we are here Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time. There's a number right there on the screen for you to call in, 424-227-9461. It's the Lee Michaels Show. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We go where you go. Wherever you are, you can find us there. And coming up at noon today is Full Body Frequency. This is the next show coming up on the network, hosted by Laura Rice. Hails out of Chicago. It's a great show for the full-bodied person. It's primarily geared to the ladies, but there's some big guys out there that can benefit from some of the topics that they talk about as well. So if you 4x4 or 6x6 or 7x7, they got something for you. You know I got jokes. So anyway, yeah, that's the Full Body Frequency with host Laura Rice. We're going to take a quick break here because I want to spend a moment or two with my friends, and we'll be back to talk to you more on the Power of Voices.
143 million people listen to radio online. Will your voice be heard? Thepowerofvoices.com.
Adopt US Kids presents multiple choice parenting.
You've messed up your daughter's haircut. Do you A, get spiritual?
Mom, where's the mirror?
Beauty is within. Oh.
B, find the positives?
Less time blow drying, more time texting?
Or C, show empathy?
Mom, you really don't have to.
Twinsies!
I kinda love it. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
I'm a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs.
Wi-Fi everywhere.
More playgrounds. Oh, more ice cream trucks.
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan. We were able to get in touch with each other in no time. The whole experience was fine. If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You having fun yet? Thepowerofvoices.com.
Welcome back to the show. It's the Lee Michaels Show on the Power of Voices. 424-227-9461. We're waiting for your call. Call in. Let's get it on. Whatever's on your mind.
Sometimes I don't like you. You always got a problem. Anything that I do, I don't always understand everything about you. But I know I just can't live without you. So yeah, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, yeah, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, yeah, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, yeah, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, yeah, I do, hey. Sometimes I, yeah, think you might be a little crazy, but it's fine, cause I'm still gonna treat you like a lady, yeah, now I can't stand it when, girl, you be tripping and you know it, yeah, but I know you just can't control it, no. So I ain't going nowhere, even though sometimes I don't like you. Yeah, always got a problem. Anything that I do, yeah, I don't always understand everything about you. No, but I know I just can't live without you. No, so yeah, I do, 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 don't matter how much I do or say or show you, no, cause you'll still question if it's really real what I'm feeling for you. I know that people gon' say things ain't always what it seems. I promise this is not a dream. I'm really here with you, and you're here with me. Sometimes I don't like sometimes almost like always. Yeah. I don't always understand. No. I just can't live without you. No. So yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I do. Hey, I do. Sorry, I promise I do. I do. I do. Yeah. So yeah, I do. Yeah, even when you know, I know you're dead wrong. Ain't before too long. I know you ain't got to apologize. It's alright. Yeah. Or sometimes, yeah, always gotta. Anything that I do, I don't always understand. Can't live without you, no. So I do. So yeah, I do.
Welcome back to the show. Lee Michaels and Carol. We are live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on the Power of Voices. You can also see us on our Power of Voices page. We're streaming live through YouTube. And if you missed the show, you can always go back to the YouTube and see the show again. All you have to do is search The Lee Michaels Show, and you'll see it. It's like on demand.
Did you read that, Lee? I've seen it constantly, and I thought everybody's reposting it where this
What is that?
young man was raping this woman, on the streets. And she managed to put his eye out, basically. But I mean,
Good.
he was raping her, and he was pulling it when a cop came up on him. But people are I've seen it shared so many times. So I thought, what is this?
Man
And
tried to rape a woman on the street. During the struggle, she managed to damage one of his eyes.
I think she basically put it out. It's
Good for her. What a savage.
Yeah, because it's the easiest thing you could get nowadays. I mean,
This was in
I don't
Fort
understand
Lauderdale.
it. Is that where it was?
Yeah. That's sick. Orlando Henderson, 29 of Orlando.
He was 29 years old.
29.
And he has to rape somebody?
Yeah. Accused of randomly grabbing a woman near, I'll give the address, around 6 a.m. Sunday, according to the arrest report. That's sick, man. I mean, there's no reason for a man to rape a woman. There's no reason for that. Again, it goes right. I tie these type of heinous acts to ISIS and Al-Qaeda and all of these terrorists. That's a form of terrorism as far as I'm concerned. I put a chump like that in the same bucket.
It's horrible. I know somebody that woke up and the man was standing in her room and was putting his hands on the cover, and she automatically started screaming and hitting him, and then he ran into the other room for some reason, and she was smart enough to hurry up and lock her bedroom door, but it turned out to be somebody that lived in the complex that had probably been watching her, and
Right.
he had built a ladder right outside the window, so
So you
you
could
don't
get
know
into
who
it.
you live by. That's why I always tell my daughter, you can't leave your kid outside,
Yeah,
even
that's
if
right.
you're in a security building. You do not know who your neighbors are.
Well, it goes back to a conversation we had, was it earlier this week or last week, about people who don't know your neighbors. You don't even know your neighbor's name.
I don't. Maybe one or two.
You see?
I don't even know if I know one's name.
Yeah. And you don't know anything about that person's background or anything, where they're from, what kind of work they are doing or did.
I don't know that much about her, no.
See, when I grew up, we knew every neighbor on the block, and then the block behind us, all around. You knew everybody in the neighborhood.
I didn't, because I told you I'm Native American, and in Montana they were very racist.
Yeah.
So we had a lady that lived across the street that would sit in her window with binoculars, looking into my family's house. My mother, though, I don't even want to. My mother put her butt in the window one day. She figured, hey, you want to look?
Here it is. Boom, shakalaka.
So
now, did you live on a reservation?
I've never lived on a reservation.
Okay.
I went to the reservation because my reservation is where Sanders is at in South Dakota at Pine Ridge.
Okay.
He's up there talking, and I've never been there. But I went to my husband's because that was Rocky Boy in Montana.
Mm-hmm.
And it was okay. It's not how I want to live because I've never had to live like that.
Right.
I mean, the land they gave most of us, not too great.
Yeah, it's kind of
And then they want
huh?
to try to take back our own land from us.
Yeah.
Because I know my reservation's having problems with this pipeline because it's destroying the water coming in. And it's like they don't care. They act like we're not human. And it just irritates you because they never do anything on. You don't see people talk about this. I would love to see somebody do a movie on the Trail of Tears. The real story to tell you what they did. See, because you don't learn that in school.
No.
They teach nothing about Native American. I think most you learn in school is about Custer. That's it.
Well, yeah.
We do not get Native American history.
How?
Well, we defeated him.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you gave him hell.
But I'm just saying, you see nothing in schools telling what happened here. And to be honest, it was probably the worst bloodbath in history, worse than what Hitler did. But see, they don't want to talk about that.
No.
And now, like I told you, they act drunks or thieves. I don't drink, and I'm far from a thief. And it just cracks you up, the things that get said.
It's image control. When someone who's in power can make statements about other people, and they keep repeating that over and over again, and that's the only message you ever hear, then, again, that's the truth.
Well, it's kind of like what
you're
seeing in Africa right now with the genocide. I mean, there's going to be more starvation than ever this coming year because they've destroyed these people's crops. They're running to get away from everywhere. It's sad.
It is. It's
It's like they think us minorities don't count. I don't get it.
Well, they think you're right. And that's why the Republican Party has done a poor job in attracting minorities. And, the only thing that they can say to their favor is, well, Lincoln freed the slaves and he was a Republican. Well, what have you done lately? If that's your latest hit, that's the best thing that you've done, you haven't done much.
Yeah, now their target is gay people.
That's been forever.
Now they want to mess with gay people.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I was watching TV last night, and they had the head guy of the Republican Party on. And he was saying how much they have improved in attracting minorities and blah, 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 blah. And maybe he's blowing smoke up his own nose, but I'm not feeling it. I don't see it. I've never been contacted by anyone in the Republican Party saying, hey, come on over. Here are the benefits. Here's what we want to first of all, we want to listen to what your concerns are. I've never been approached by anyone in the Republican Party, including some of my Republican black friends. They've never said to me, Lee, what concerns do you have as it relates to the Republican Party? We get into debates, but there's never been a formal questionnaire saying, what can we do better to be more appealing, acceptable, and to make you feel invited.
I think it's
that's
hard
where they
to change right now after what Trump's done.
Well, I think Trump is doing a good job at dismantling and destroying the Republican Party, and maybe some good will come out of it, but he's not it. He's like the, what was that cartoon character? He would come in and spin around and just tear up everything. Tasmanian Devil. That is him. I've been trying to remember that for the past couple of days. Donald Trump is the Tasmanian Devil. See? You see how powerful my girl is? That was Regina gave me the answer to the question I've been bouncing in my head for the last couple of days.
And she used to be your assistant, right?
Yeah. She was more than that. She was my right arm, left arm, and kicked me in the butt, and she made us happen. Okay, that's for real. Ain't no hype because she's sitting here, but she was definitely an asset to Lee Michaels when we worked together at Radio One, and it was fun, exciting, and we had some good stuff going on. And we made that thing happen.
Now, is Radio One in London, too?
That's a different company.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
because I've seen that when I'm over there, Radio One.
Yeah. That's a different company. That's owned by the people there in the UK. And but yeah, there's an African-American owned company called Radio One.
Yeah, because I got a little confused when you were saying out here.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Do they have that at colleges?
what?
Radio One? No?
No. You mean taught?
No, just the radio, because I've heard it a lot out here lately.
Well, yeah, they've been around for years. Kathy Hughes is the chairman. Her son, Alfred Liggins, is the president of the company. I worked with them before they were called Radio One. It was called All Mic, ALLMIC. And Alfred was going to school at Wharton Business School up in Philadelphia. Now I should drop him off at the train station. He would go up on the weekend and do his studies, and I'd pick him up on Sunday night or Monday morning. We'd go to the station. At that time, I was the consultant or vice president of programming during that time. And I used to set up with him and help him do his homework. And then we go to the station the next day. And a funny story, he came in one night and he says, "Man, I want to change the name of the company." I said, "Why? What's wrong with it?" He said, "I don't like it. It's All Mic. It's just kind of like stale or limited in my mind." I said, "Well, I know what I'm going to call my company when I start my radio company." He goes, "What?" I said, "Radio One." And he said, "Damn, I love that." And that was the birth of Radio One as we know it today, and at least the name. And so that's how it came about. Yep, I think we went to a club after that and had some drinks, and he had a new name. So, Alfred, you owe me, chump. Pay me some damn money. You took my idea. But no, that's a true story. True story. So yeah, I mean, the radio business has changed a lot. There's only a handful of companies that own the majority of the stations.
And they're going under, correct?
Yeah, well, iHeartMedia's in $21 billion worth of debt.
Good.
There's no way in hell they're going to be able to pay off that debt. So
maybe other radio stations coming, we won't have to hear the same people sing constantly.
Well, that depends on the new ownership once they're forced to.
Well, maybe they'll be a little smarter.
Hopefully. I'm not optimistic on that, though.
Because I really don't listen to radio.
No, a lot of people are straying away from it. There's 143 million people using the internet for their radio services today. 143.
Especially the young kids.
Yeah. Even a couple of geezers like me. I don't listen to radio like I used to, and I was a radio-aholic. I lived on the radio.
See,
but
I
don't
don't
do that
either.
anymore. Not like I used to.
Like young kids will send me their SoundClouds and that with their songs, and
Right.
I go in and listen to what they have.
I think that the world has changed tremendously. The access, the technology that we have, before us now.
Oh, I think
lends itself
record
to
companies
whatever.
are going to be obsolete.
Well, they're
because
already.
they make their money only basically under tours now when you go on the road.
Well, yeah, they're doing the
And if
360
they can get a
deals.
brand for you, but most artists have IMG
Yeah.
and that. Where William Morris was smart is they've partnered with IMG and Endeavor. But see,
Interesting.
Create Artists is by itself.
Yeah. Well, the big boys are playing the typical big boy game. They buy up other companies and integrate it into theirs. And so what's happening is the control that the record labels used to have, now management companies and production companies and the William Morris agencies of the world, CAA and all of that, it's all the same. It's just, taking it from one plate and put it in the other. But what has really changed the game a lot is the internet. The YouTube and the Facebook and all of that has given an opportunity to kind of level the playing field to the independent producers and artists and what have you. You are not strapped to the only way you're going to get your music heard is getting a record deal with a label. You don't have to do that anymore.
And Chance
And
the
that's a
Rapper,
blessing.
he's not with the label.
No, a lot of them
And
are.
he does really well.
Yeah. So why should you go sign with a record label? Oh, damn, it's 12 minutes, 2 minutes after 12. We're already overtime. See, you get me talking about this, and I could talk for another 3 hours.
He'll continue tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see you Monday on The Power of Voices, the Lee Michaels Show. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll come back on Monday with another great show for you. And have a safe weekend. Blessings to all.